Negotiating your salary doesn't have to be intimidating. Hi, I'm Kenny Kaufman, and welcome to the Career Corner. As long as you've done your research, you have your receipts, you're gracious and confident and know your worth, you should be fine when negotiating your salary. But as promised, this is part 2 of negotiating your salary. I'm going to give you a few more tips and tricks so that you'll feel more confident when you're faced with negotiating your salary. And hopefully you get what you're asking for. Number 1, come with a salary range as opposed to just a hard number. And I say that because it just gives you, and it doesn't tie you down to one number, and it really gives the hiring manager and the overall team a chance to compromise and negotiate so they can give you what you want. So I usually recommend, asking for a little bit more than what you're looking for. So if you're really looking to make $70K, and the team is offering $65K, say that your range is between $65K to $75K. Sometimes you'll actually even get more than what you were initially asking for, but usually you'll get right in the middle, which is $70K. Number 2, don't sell yourself short. And what I mean by this is most people forget about the total comp package, especially when you're early off in your career. So you'll only look at the hard number. So for instance, if someone says that they were going to offer you $70K with a 10% bonus and, unlimited PTO, and you were actually looking for $75K, saying no to that offer would be a very big mistake because you're actually being paid a lot more money when you total up everything in your total comp than what you were initially asking for. I have run into candidates who really didn't understand this, and they walked away from a lot more money in their pocket than they would have had they just taken the lower salary. Hope that makes sense. Number 3, be gracious. I've learned in my 10 years in this industry that you will come across people again, especially candidates. And for candidates, especially recruiters. So sometimes you have to walk away. Sometimes as a candidate, you have to walk away from an offer, and sometimes as a recruiter, it just doesn't make sense, which is fine. Be gracious, be thankful, and you will be remembered. And sometimes people will come back to you maybe only a few weeks or a few months later if there's another position that might be more fitting for you. So always remember that. Lead with grace. Next, be confident in your delivery. If you are confident and you know your facts and you're coming with, like I say, your receipts, that comes across a lot better than someone saying, well, I think I want, well, can you, or do you think, or I don't know. No, come with the facts, come with confidence. One thing that I did learn, one vital key to negotiating your salary, which has actually worked for me, is someone asks you what you're looking for, you give them the number and you're quiet. Let them speak next. So, for example, if someone is asking me, Kenny, what are you looking to make? And I say $70K. And that's all. You stand, and that's one tip that I've gotten that has really taken me a long way. Next, asking if you can have time to think about an offer. Now, I always caution people when a company is asking you to make a decision right away, but you need time, especially if you're moving from one company to another one. If you're quitting your job, you really need time to think about things. So there's nothing wrong with asking for 24 to 48 hours to really consider an offer. It gives you time to think about it, talk it over with people, maybe in your family, maybe your significant other, and even do more research about the company and about their wages. Now, I would say don't wait too long, because sometimes if you ask for 2 weeks or a week, people think that you're looking to leverage the salary, or you're waiting on enough. So don't wait too long. 48 hours tends to be reasonable. Next, encourage candidates to do this. And that's because verbal offers are great, but nothing is solid until it's in writing. Now, opposite of that, I do recommend that you don't put your asking salary in writing. And I say that because That's, if you put it in writing, most people tie you to that. You have the right to change your mind, but it's hard to number. And then you interview for 5 more companies and they're offering or giving you a salary range that's like $5,000, $10,000 more than the first company. That means you're going to come back and you're going to probably ask for more money. But if it's already written down, people have probably already communicated that within the organization. So salary. But thank you so much for joining me at the Career Corner. I'm Kenny Kaufman.